Hey everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Have you ever been lying in bed, trying to fall asleep, but your brain just refuses to shut up? It keeps replaying that awkward conversation from 3 years ago or worrying about a project due next week. We call that repetitive thought. And if you have ever felt like you are stuck in a loop of negative thinking, you are definitely not alone. The big question we are looking at today is whether mindfulness, that popular practice of being present, actually works as a quick fix to stop those spinning wheels in our heads in the moment. To figure this out, a team of researchers did something really smart. They did not just look at one study. They searched through dozens of them to see if there was a pattern. They looked at studies where people were taught a mindfulness technique for a few minutes in a lab, and they looked at studies called ecological momentary assessment. Think of that like a digital diary where a study app pings your phone throughout the day to ask, how are you feeling right now and what are you thinking about? By looking at all these snapshots of real life, the researchers wanted to see if people who were being mindful truly had fewer repetitive thoughts at the exact same time. So, what did they actually find? Well, it is a bit of a mixed bag, which is honestly the most honest answer in psychology. When looking at those phone diary studies, they found that, yes, in most cases, when people reported being more mindful, they also reported less repetitive thinking. It suggests that if you can anchor yourself in the present moment, it acts like a speed bump for those runaway negative thoughts. However, the laboratory experiments were messier. In some of those, mindfulness worked just as well as other techniques, like distraction or relaxation. In others, it did not seem to do much at all. Why the inconsistency? The researchers think it comes down to how we define mindfulness. Some people think it is just about paying attention to the breath, which is awareness. Others think it is about the attitude you bring to that attention, which is acceptance. The study suggests that just paying attention might not be enough to stop a spiral. You might need that extra layer of letting thoughts be without judging them to truly stop the loop. Also, let us be real for a second. Trying to be mindful when you are already super stressed in a lab experiment is a lot harder than doing it from the comfort of your couch. If we think about the real world, this is actually pretty encouraging. It suggests that while mindfulness is not a magic wand that instantly deletes your worries, it is a tool you can get better at using. Think of it like a muscle. When you are in the middle of a bad thought loop, intentionally switching your focus to the sensations in your body or just observing your thoughts, like clouds passing in the sky, might just give you the break you need to step off that merry-go-round. Of course, this research also shows us what we still do not know. Most of these studies were done with college students, and we need to see if these findings hold up for people from all walks of life and for people dealing with more serious mental health struggles. We also need to know more about how long these effects last. Does being mindful once for 5 minutes help you for the rest of the day? Or are we talking about a fleeting moment of relief? Future researchers are going to be busy trying to map out exactly which part of mindfulness kills which part of rumination. Honestly, I think the most important takeaway is that your thoughts do not have to control you. Even if it is not a perfect 100% solution every time, having a mental tool to catch yourself when you are looping is incredibly powerful. The next time you find yourself stuck in a thought cycle, try to notice it, accept that it is just a thought, and gently bring your attention back to your breath or your surroundings. You might be surprised by how much that small pivot can change your mood. Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Mind Lab. Science is always messy, but that is how we get to the truth. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment about how you handle those spinning thoughts, and subscribe so you do not miss our next deep dive into the fascinating world of your brain. See you next time.